guys, so I'm here with my 30-week pregnancy update. I cannot believe I've made it this far. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. A lot has changed. I had an appointment the other day, so I thought I'd update you guys. If you saw, I think it was I don't know if it was my last day in life or the day before. I will link it down below, but I actually ended up in the doctor's office. I did not end up in labor and delivery. I woke up and wasn't feeling really great. I thought maybe it was my blood pressure, but everything was fine. I laid down for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I started cramping really low, and then started having back pain, and baby girl was stuck in a position, and it was extremely uncomfortable. And I was having a lot of contractions, and the cramping was really concerning me. So I did call my doctor's office when they opened, just to kind of talk to the nurse, see what she thought. I see, is that Doc? We're watching Cars. And they said they wanted me to come in and be checked because of my preterm labor history. So I did end up going in. They checked me. I was zero dilation. Everything's closed. Sally, yeah. We have been stuck in the house for a few days, so everyone's a little antsy. But anyways, come to find out, baby girl was just in an extremely awkward position, and my doctor just recommended laying down and hydrating, and hopefully she would move out, into a different position, and it would relieve all my pain. I ended up seeing the doctor, I think it was around 10 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, I was able to finally stand up. I was actually hunched over at the doctor's office. It hurt so bad. And she finally slightly moved, and the cramping stopped, and I was like, oh, that's good. So I ended up taking a shower, and while I was in the shower, I had the hot water beat on my back because my back was just killing me from all the pain and being hunched over. And that actually helped her move more. So once I did that for a little while, I actually had the water spray on my stomach because my stomach hurt. And sure enough, she shifted all the way, and I'm pretty sure she is now head down. She's been like sideways. I think they call it transverse. I think, I could be wrong. But anyways, she's now, I'm pretty sure, head down. I feel her bum over here a lot. We have a scan in 2 weeks, and I will find out exactly her position and how big she is because we're having a growth scan due to the gestational diabetes. But we're pretty sure she's head down. That's what it kind of seems. And my doctor, when she checked me the other day, she even thought, she's like, I think that's her butt. But again, she's still so little that it's, or at least we think she's little. It's kind of hard to tell at this stage, if that is actually her butt, but she says, she's like, I think it is. So I'm glad if she is head down. As for, I think in my last update, I said I was actually measuring at 30 weeks. And like I said, I am actually 30 weeks now. I am still measuring at 30 weeks. So what happened is my doctor said that because my uterus was stretched so high, she thinks that what happened is when baby girl moved, it just shrunk a little. It's not, it was just the way it was all stretching upward. Now it just fell down a little. And I actually have dropped a little. I have a bigger gap between my boobs and my belly now. So she did drop a little the last couple of days also, which is great. I'm not feeling as out of breath as I was. I still am out of breath, but not as severe. I'm definitely, that's better. I'm more tired. I'm not sleeping very well. I'm up a lot in the middle of the night. Heartburn has come back so bad. I had it really bad in the first trimester where it was like part of the morning sickness. I was having so much heartburn. That's come back. I actually almost got sick this morning. I was dry heaving a little, which was very weird. I haven't had that in months. So I was like, what the crap is going on? But like I said, I didn't get sick. I just dry heaved. It's getting harder to do a lot of things. I went to the grocery store twice this week. I went on Tuesday. I took the boys to Target. And if you saw my haul, I got a lot of stuff. But of course I had the boys with me, so we had the big cart. I can't do that anymore. I realized it was too heavy. I didn't really think about it that much. I was like, I did get a lot of stuff, but I'm like, it didn't seem to me that it would be that heavy to push. But I think because of the double cart, the boys in it, it was too much. So needless to say, I either have my husband come with me with all the kids, or the boys stay home and I go by myself. And then I did go grocery shopping yesterday, and I didn't, at first I didn't realize I was gone as long as I was, but by the time I got back, it had been 2 hours, and I was so spent. Another problem was I got pretty dehydrated. It was really warm out yesterday. The stores were packed, so I was doing a lot of standing and not, having to walk around a ton, which was kind of irritating. And I wasn't drinking enough, so I actually came home dehydrated, which was not good. So then it started the contractions. Needless to say, it's been it's been a pretty tough week. Boys, shh, we don't need to yell, okay? They're getting so excited, like they've never seen the movie before. But other than that, she's moving a ton. Thankfully, she's not doing her big flips anymore, which is great. That did stop a few days ago, actually. She did like some really big stretches, but she's not doing the sideways ones anymore, so which makes me think she did shift, which is great. But yeah, she's mostly on my right side. I can feel her butt a ton. Still kicking a lot. There are times during the day where she kicks a ton. There's times where she's sleeping. I can definitely tell, but she's doing really good. Doctors are very happy with where she is, where I'm at. I still have not gained any weight. It's funny, every nurse I've had up until this point is like, oh, you haven't gained anything yet. And it's like, no, I haven't. I've actually lost. And the nurse I had the other day, she was like, oh, she's like, I can see you haven't gained anything. I'm like, no, I've actually lost. And she's like, oh, that's good. She's like, that's great. She's like, because, you know, then you're going to lose more afterwards. And she was a bigger girl. So I kind of felt like, oh, good. Thank you for making me feel better, because I've been like concerned this whole time, even though my doctors are like, don't worry. It's the meds you're on too. For the gestational diabetes, I am on metformin, which she did actually increase. I've been taking 2 tablets actually since I started it, which was almost 3 months. I just finished my 3rd bottle of the metformin, so it's been 3 months. She did increase me to 3 tablets now, because my mornings, the fasting, the one overnight, is getting high again, which is what happened the first time. That's just hormonal. There's nothing I can really do about it. So I am up to 3 tablets, which is fine. I'm really not concerned, because I can go up to 4 before we have to talk about insulin. So I'm pretty confident that we'll just be fine till the end. Like I said, I'm 30 weeks. Our goal is 37. It will all depend on how big she is, how she does on her non-stress tests, which I will start. I'm not too sure why he's getting angry over there. Do you need help? Okay, bring it over here. I'll help you. I will start those right after my my growth scan in 2 weeks. So then I will start the weekly NTSs, which I could have once or twice a week, depending on how everything goes with her growth scan, which this will be my first one. I'll have it 32 weeks, and then I'll have another one at 36. But everything's looking good so far. My blood pressures have been great. Usually they are fine at this point. Jeffrey's, it started at like 31 weeks, but that's when I was in preterm labor and all that. I don't feel like that's gonna, I'm hoping that does not happen again. Fingers crossed. You may fix that. What do you want? Do you want that taken off or on?
Off.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So hopefully everything goes well. Like I said, I'm uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. But I just keep looking at eye on the prize. The more uncomfortable I am, that just means, you know, she's growing or getting towards the end. Starting to really prep a lot for her and the boys, because school's going to be starting in like a month, which is crazy. And then a couple weeks later, we're at 37 weeks, which means she can come. So we'll just see, but everything's going well. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I just feel crappy. But other than that, oh, one other thing, weird thing that started happening, which I just thought of because I started getting itchy. My hands and my feet are itchy, which I haven't really had in any other pregnancy. I mean, I've been itchy other places, like my stomach will itch, but my hands and my feet have been super itchy. Last night, they were itching for like an hour after I laid down to try to sleep. It was so bad. I did have blood work done. She wanted to check some levels. She said, like, your gallbladder sometimes can give you issues and it can cause itching. So I did have the blood work on Tuesday. It is Thursday right now. You'll be seeing this on Friday, but it's Thursday right now, and my blood work was done at like 3 in the afternoon. So I haven't heard anything yet. I know no news is good news, but they probably just got the results yesterday. So if something is up, she said she would let me know, and if anything, I might have to go on a medication for that, but we'll just wait and see. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of just irritating. So other than that, we're doing really good, and just on the final countdown at this point. So that's all for this update. Not much. I'm drinking like crazy because it's like 90 degrees already and it's 9 in the morning. So, you know, that's great. But anyways, other than that, we're just hanging in there, and I will update you guys in a couple weeks.